Alright, so this is a demo video of the Magfest kiosk, which was originally supposed to be a wall, but that got too problematic. The idea is that all these tiles are vendor items that I would collect off a website that I built, and then it serves as just kind of this main screen serves as a general advertisement. So people can see all these various things, and if they are interested in it, they can tap on it, and it comes up and shows who the vendor is and what table they're at. And then if you wanted to, you can go back and take a look at their table. You can see a little green guy over here. And for the demo, the names are going to line up perfectly. So this is the vendor map section. And it'll have a list of vendors, and as you tap through, it'll show where they are on the floor. You can see the green shows up in different places as you tap around. And it can serve as a vendor directory, and this would let you skip. It doesn't function at the moment because I'm just using placeholder stuff, but this will let you skip to the alphabet, like if you're looking for a certain vendor. Last time when I did the Magfest table, people actually wanted to find specific vendors, and I thought this would be a good way to do it for Magfest or any event, really, any convention where people are trying to find something. It serves as kind of a map directory. And this, right here, this area, is supposed to be an advertisement either for the ones that are being viewed or for it kind of depends on how many people would submit an ad. It could either be just an ad that's rotating for different vendors to say, hey, come check me out, and maybe they can tap on it and then it shows up wherever. Actually, that's a pretty good idea. Or it can be when you tap on their name, the ad shows up. And then you can switch between the screens there. So this is all vendors stuff, just kind of a random assortment to help advertise. And my original idea was that it would be some massive wall of tiles, which would have been really cool, but you'd need multiple projectors and a whole different setup. And just for the test setup, this is what I'm going with. So you get that, and I tried to get kind of a, oops, I'll have to disable that. Tried to get kind of a bouncy effect going to them to make it seem, you know, liquidy. I thought it would be kind of a neat effect. And also, I created another section called Cosplay Vote. Now this could be anything, like a photo wall or whatever, but since people like to dress up in the cosplay and have fun, and there's even a contest for it, I thought I would make a user-submitted cosplay. So like this, what this will happen with this is while people are at the event, they can snap photos of their cosplayer, or if it was just a general photo wall or whatever, and submit it to the actual wall or exhibit or whatever. And then it'll show up, like it'll just add new ones as it shows up, and it goes through an approval process so that you don't get horrible unwanted pictures. And then while it's up here, it's just kind of in list format at the moment, but people can scroll through, and if they like one, they can tap on it and it'll vote, and it adds a little vote. And that's, I mean, there's nothing really to it. Like nobody's going to get anything for voting, for winning a vote or anything like that. It's just going to be a fun thing. Now, what I learned working on this presentational part is only the second half of it. And what I really want to do is maybe break up the sections even more, where I just work on the vendor directory map or the items and make it have more flair, more creative graphics and stuff like that. But trying to do all of it combined has become quite a task. It's already been over a month of work, just getting the whole build. And I'll show the build at the end of this. This is the touchscreen wall. I'll get into it at the end. But as far as submitting things, so there's two sections that would need people to submit things. There's the vendor items, which they can submit images of their items and their contact info, and also I'd need their table number to correspond to the map, and an ad if they wanted one. So what I've built are pages like this. This is for the vendor information. To prevent spam, I'd have to have people contact me, and I would create a user for them. This is through a WordPress website. I'd create a user for them, and from that user, a page is automatically generated that has all this stuff. And they can go through, enter their names, all the relevant contact information, and then for the images, you can either, this is showing stuff that's already on there, but then they'll be able to upload files, and I'll have the website automatically size everything to the needed file, and then they can upload it and manage it, because they'll be able to upload probably as many as they want, but I'm going to say max of 16 images. The website will automatically resize it and manage it, and they'll be able to delete or add more images as they want, but it will also limit them to only editing their own images and their own posts. Nobody can invade someone else's. So that would be how they submit vendor information. And for the photo wall / cosplay vote, I have it set up so that this would just be an open form for anyone to submit, but they're not going to upload a photo. They're going to link from whatever photo sharing site they use, because for a public wall, trying to manage people's photo uploads, it can be, one, the file sizes get huge, two, it'll take probably a pretty good server to manage multiple, like a lot of incoming traffic, and people already have their favorite photo sharing sites. So what I've done is I've used the OEmbed protocol that's already built into WordPress. They can either just paste a link of wherever their content is and it'll show up, or they can direct link to the image, and then whatever other information they want to enter into. And then they submit it, and it goes into a WordPress draft for a post that whoever is looking at it, which would be me, would look, verify it's okay, and then put it up on the wall. And just to show you the OEmbed, let me see if I can get something going here. So like this is just a generic link off of DeviantArt, and it'll bring it up. This is the link to a cosplayer's image, and there's a whole bunch more information on the page, but just from the link itself, it pulls out the image. So if someone doesn't know how to enter, how to open image in new tab and copy the URL or get the base image address, they can just use that. And I think that's the best way I've come up with to manage the photo submission and not have to deal with storing photos and processing photos and stuff like that. It's already done for me by everyone's favorite photo sharing websites. So that saves me the trouble of that. So that's the concept. If Magfest organizers wanted to use it, the good thing, when I did the table, somebody, I can't remember who right now, I think it was Nick, said something about, oh, wouldn't it be great to have, or what would it take to get multiple tables in various places of the conference? And that would have been a tall task. But this, as it stands right now, is just a touchscreen. So it could be translated to any kind of touchscreen and put anywhere. I mean, it's essentially, this is just a website. I'm not sure why that's selected. Which is both a good thing for usability because it could be put on anything that can run HTML. Like it could be one of those stick computers that barely takes anything. It would just need an internet connection and you know, the touch interface. And you could put, like, it could just be a TV with a touch frame on it, and you could put it anywhere as long as it had a computer to connect to and talk to the internet. And now, I guess I'll show you the actual build, because you'll see this is a very do-it-yourself temporary build. Now I could, if Magfest organizers wanted this, just bring this janky setup and set it up and leave it for people to use, and I'd be cool with that, and that would be fun. Otherwise, there's the better way to build this sort of thing would be a TV, a touch frame, and some sort of portable PC. The problems with the projectors are focus and distance and the amount of space it takes up. This could all be very compacted into a TV and a touch frame. I mean, it would be the size of the projection screen. But I did a whole bunch of Home Depoting and built this thing out of slotted metal, and as you can see, I just have the projector mounted on a touch frame, on a stepladder. To register the touch, there's these infrared lasers up here, and what you're seeing in the background is a reflection off the plexiglass. But the infrared lasers shine down, and I have one on the bottom. Maybe you can see it. Where is it? There it is. And they'll shine up. And behind it, let's see, this is the view behind. There's a PlayStation Eye camera. You can't see. A PlayStation Eye camera. And that's capturing all of the infrared light bouncing off the infrared lasers, because the camera itself won't see these images. It'll just see the infrared laser light bouncing off your fingertips. And it works okay, but in any kind of real sunlight, it won't work. And yeah, so if Magfest is interested, I can set this up, or I can show them how a better way, if there's a budget for this sort of thing, I can show them the TV touch frame setup and explain how that could be installed. Or if there's no interest, then it's just a cool portfolio project that I'm messing around with. Let me know what you think, and I hope to have more creative portfolio pieces coming out, because now I'm just experimenting with projects and coming up with whatever fun things I can imagine.